sorry. I started the last episode really like, oh my God. Hey.
No, she started real good. She's like, this your girl, Mandy.
No, I didn't. Don't do that. I said, hey,
You
guys,
know, people love when I do a Mandy
welcome.
impression. That's their favorite.
No, because you don't even sound like
So
me.
let's switch places. Let me do it. This your girl, Mandy B, a.k.a. that bitch, a.k.a. Carol Baskin, a.k.a. Pate the Stallion.
It's not Carol Baskins. It's Mandy Baskins.
Whatever, and...
Hold on. And I'm Wheezy, and I don't really have an AKA because, you know, it's kind of weird. So, you know, I used to go by PH.
So anyway, y'all, now we got Hard to Stop podcast because some of them like cotton, some of them like a brick. Here we go.
I hate you. Anyways, guys, welcome to another episode of Motherfucking Horrible Decisions. This is your girl, Mandy B. I'm here with my non-AKA co-host.
I'm Wheezy.
And I'm super excited because,
For
guys...
our third mic, technically Tahoe. Not that you're not here.
Yeah,
It's just that this nigga really is Horrible Decisions Part 2.
No, I'm a fucking mascot.
You know what I mean?
Wait, can we name your episode? So you did... At the beginning, it was one
He
about...
did like one or two
I
of
feel like
them.
we talked about Rihanna in the beginning. It was like...
And fatphobic people. We talked about Usher with his little...
That's right. That was
We
really...
did?
That was like maybe before episode 20.
Yeah, we had
So
him
that
quite
one,
early.
Then Miko. Then you came on again, right?
Hope.
Hope. I feel like you've come on
No, I
again
think it was-
outside of that. So maybe 3, 4. This is 4th time.
I think.
And he done hosted our New York show and our Chicago show.
It's been a trip, yo. I'm
Yeah.
watching y'all.
And you know what's funny? We don't like repeating guests. We be like, nah, we already had
We
them.
be like, and you know, I was
like,
like,
guys be like, oh, this nigga again.
anyways,
Sorry,
guys,
y'all.
let me introduce who we have again. You guys do know Tahoe, but today he is joined by Orlando. Orlando is his co-host in their very new sex podcast from a male perspective, Hard or Soft. Of course, I like it hard. I don't ever like it soft. I
Why'd
don't
you
never see a
guys-
soft dick.
Why hard or soft? What's the podcast about?
Let Orlando. This is his thing.
Go ahead,
Can I do
Orlando. Yes, go ahead.
Should I do my AKAs?
No,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm Orlando, a.k.a. Horlando, a.k.a. the big dick bad bitch, a.k.a. thick dick McNick, a.k.a. I'm backpacking the circumcised Kraken.
Okay, his shit better than your shit.
He had time, bitch. He
Nigga,
had
this is
time.
his life.
God
What?
damn.
Creating the AKAs?
Okay, so Hard or Soft podcast. Tell us a little bit about what our listeners can expect if they tune in.
It's basically men talking about sex from their perspective so that everybody can like listen and understand. I feel like men don't really have that platform to sit and talk that freely and open. And there might be like so many different reasons, societal
No,
constructs.
get
or
to the
whatever.
I was about to say, well, to
Get
me,
to the sex
to me,
part.
you got the
Let me get that.
problematic ass Tahoe.
Hold on, you a
That's where you
big,
come
big
from.
dick bad bitch, and now you're like, oh, yeah, we're open and free.
No, because he's like a switch, so he switches on and off.
He's
Like,
he's the opposite from you.
Yeah.
I know, like me and Orlando have had a ton of conversations. He actually helped me with my back to school drive at the well.
yeah.
But when we've had a ton of talks about like just what he's into and what he likes, and I'm just like, he doing a motherfucking with Tahoe closed-minded ass. But I think
No, but
he's
he's
gotten you
fucking-
open.
So are
he's
you
gotten
the
you a little
soft
bit
and
more
he's the
open.
hard one?
It switches.
Oh my
we go
God.
back and forth.
Oh, y'all switch?
We go back and forth between
yeah.
us.
Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
We
thing
gonna have
that
a lot
I'm
of
willing
fun.
to do now. Like, remember I was fat phobic. I was extremely fat phobic, and I realized that I think it's just a fetish. I think I've always wanted to do it, but I was scared of judgment or just trying to be cool. So talking to him and doing stuff, I just started being more open about doing things that I would never done before.
That's good, though. We all need someone to open us up. And people always assume it'll be someone
Ooh,
like...
open us up.
No, but people assume it'll come from someone you're fucking. And it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes you need a friend. It's like when a friend's helping you get paper or you're watching somebody like excel at work and it makes you want to get money. When you watch people fucking a certain way, you're like, damn, I gotta get on my shit.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what our podcast does for a lot of our listeners. Like, they be like, damn, this type of sex
Y'all did
exists.
that for me.
Here
Y'all
you
did that
go.
for
You
me.
say
We
that
did it for
all
you.
the
I
time.
like that.
Like all types of just open conversations happen after you listen to your podcast, and then you start to wonder why you're against things, and once you question that and you can't find a reason, there's an avenue for opening yourself up to it, and I think you guys have done that all across the board.
I really hope so. Because,
my
like,
God,
I
yes.
say some shit that is so fucked up on this show. Last week, I said... using condoms with someone you love is different because if you get chlamydia in love, it's not that big of a deal.
Look, she said it's okay if you get an STD as long as you love the nigga.
I said
like,
it.
bro, that is what you
It's
said.
better to get it.
I get that though.
Look,
I get that.
of course,
that
You know what I mean?
Orlando.
Like, if you run in the streets and you get chlamydia, it's like, bitch, you were begging for it. But if you was in love and then a
It
nigga
feels
gave you
better when
chlamydia,
you
it's
get
like,
it.
alright.
It feel better
Where
when
the
you
fuck
get
did you
it.
get it from?
Yeah.
How do you in love and you just pop
You
up
do
with
a little
chlamydia?
skip to Dwayne Reed together.
No, No. Look, you ain't that open. You like, I still don't want to catch no
To be
STD.
fair, that hasn't happened, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like when I've talked about on this show, like, not using condoms, it's never with people that I'm not, like, feeling or, like, fucking on the regular. It's always been somebody that I've got deep feelings for. So that's
But
why
bitch, you have deep feelings for everybody you fuck.
So what?
So as long as I get an STD by whoever I fuck is good.
No.
I understand that also. Deep feelings for everybody
Orlando,
fuck.
you shut the fuck up.
While we're fucking,
You know
I'm
what I mean?
deep feeling.
Yeah.
Right after, then you wake up.
No,
Post
bitch,
nut
I still
clarity.
be in it. I want to wake up with you.
See, wait, how is he okay? So real quick, let's have a talk because she be coming at me because I like the word nut. And if I'm talking to men,
It's very ghetto.
she calls it ghetto. She's like, you should say cum or
Give me that nut.
Is that a bad? If you hear a woman ask for the nut, is that what are y'all's thoughts on the word nut?
I think it's sexy.
Thank
very
you.
Cause y'all what?
I like
You a ghetto ass nigga.
They is not
Bitch,
ghetto.
You ghetto bitch, and Tahoe ghetto as fuck.
Bitch,
Let me tell you
give me that
something.
nut.
Tahoe ghetto when he
Jesus
want to be.
Christ.
When I've been on Tahoe's block and I saw he was talking to people outside, I'm like, this nigga ghetto.
Oh my god. But Orlando's not ghetto. That nigga live in Long Island.
You like nut too?
They got cornrows right now.
These are very Meek Millish, and Meek Millish is, you know what?
Meek Millish can't pull this shit off right now.
Nigga. What? I don't know what kind of porn y'all watched.
I watch everything.
Do
Well,
you?
y'all watch-
You don't
So
watch.
wait,
You don't watch
DJ
gay
Nick.
porn.
I heard. I've watched the what's it called? The
Tentacle?
no, like Bible Black, where the
Oh,
girl
yeah.
grows a dick
Oh,
and
yeah,
shit
yeah.
like that.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Bible Black is fire.
Bible Black.
So it's like
Never
a
heard of Bible
cartoon.
Black?
It's like a hentai.
Yeah, hentai.
Oh.
I've never seen. What is
Yeah,
Bible
so it's
Black?
a girl, so it's like lesbian sex. They start
It's
having
cult.
sex, and then one of them just grows a dick out of nowhere and starts
of her
popping
clit.
the other one. And that shit's
Shut
sexy as fuck.
Do you
up.
ever think
That actually
I never
sounds
thought
I've
Tahoe
never
would
seen
come
that.
in this room and tell me something I didn't know.
Yeah. I've been watching
Wait,
that since I was 15.
Bible. So if
Not
I go
about
to
Bible Black.
If-
Just
let's
put
type it
that
in.
in the search. Bible Black.
No, see, you be wanting to do this shit on the air. We got a outline to go through.
And
Nah,
there's
but I need to
chapters
know.
of it, too.
Bible Black.
Mm-hmm.
he pulled it up.
He
And
watched-
then
It
I've-
says Bible Black.
Son,
Is that your anime voice?
This is a
Oh
porn
my God,
movie
that's gotta be
where you
offensive.
This is bad offensive. I want to
Why is
join.
Wait, why am I the
Join.
problematic one in here?
Hold the fuck up! You guys are thinking I'm being rude. It's in Japanese, so I'm just trying to do their thing.
So you're you see,
Is that why
That's
is you
bad
reading
fucking
Japanese
right.
make you give him that accent though?
see what I mean?
Yeah.
Her
Hello,
ac-
kitty.
Imagine if you were white and that was a black thing and they was like, yo, son, stand up as soon as they started reading it. Like, come on, you can't do that.
It's
2020, you
Jerome
can't
said.
do that. It's
No, I told you the accent was offensive,
You
bro.
know what?
I
Fuck
told you.
everybody. I'm trying to read the room, and I'm reading it, and it feels very black in here. And you know what I'm saying? Now I gotta apologize to the one Asian girl that I know. Listen to the show. I'm sorry, Fanny. Shit.
See, her name really is.
And her name is Fanny Faye.
I ain't gonna lie.
That was so funny,
I
nigga.
told you because I thought it was made up.
No, it's really her. I don't know anyone else.
All right, y'all. Fuck that.
I'm sorry,
Anyway, we're
Fanny
gonna go
Lee.
ahead and get to our vanilla shit this week. For any of those who are new listening to the show, our vanilla shit segment is a segment where we find sex in the news, and you guys have seen it. It was all over Twitter a couple weeks ago. But basically, mind y'all, I only want to tell y'all, a bitch literally did an order and then went to the Twitter timeline and saw this. So I was like, bitch, do I gotta cancel? Anyways, Wayfair has been accused of possibly trafficking children via overpriced items. The claim that Wayfair is trafficking children is based almost entirely on one person's confusion over an expensive cabinet. This did start off at first on a Reddit thread that moved over to Twitter.
Why do you think I'm addicted?
But basically, and they talk about a lot of conspiracy theories over there, but basically the rumor appears to have originated on the conspiracy section of Reddit on July 9th, 2020. The post noted that Wayfair was selling utility closets from WFX that were priced at more than $10,000 and offered child trafficking as a possible explanation. The post, like so many other conspiracy theories, offered this notion as a mere possibility. I do want to let you know there were also pillows. There were pillows, cabinets, and a couple other
Shower
furniture
curtains.
items
So-
that were marked
Let me
at.
tell you the Reddit shit I see.
Here you go. Go ahead. Break it down.
Oh my God. So what I do is I just smoke a little bit of weed. I go on Reddit and I just see what's like hot, like as far as like a hot topic. And I don't even have an account on Reddit, nigga. I just be looking. But The interesting shit about this conspiracy theory thing with Wayfair is the names of the cabinets were named after girls that were missing, and there was only a quantity of one. So it's like, you know, you go on Wayfair, you can buy 1, 2, 3 multiples. You could not do that with these particular things. Some people were willing to like buy it, but once they found out that it was hot, they removed it. So people were like, oh, let's buy it and see if a girl really gets here. Now, what's interesting is the dark web is normally where sex trafficking happens, right? However, people are finding out about the dark web. The FBI is getting involved. So why not do it with a cover-up like Wayfair where you wouldn't fucking expect to be buying a child on there? Now, in Wayfair's defense, not that I'm not going to ever spend $1 there again. However, you can...
I just won't tell y'all the same way I'm still at Starbucks. I still shop at H&M. A bitch still wear Gucci.
I just don't like
but go ahead.
I think people need to eat when they're wrong. And I think that like they should have done a way better... Like their fucking employees did a walkout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if
agreed.
the people that work there are thinking something's fucked up, it had to have been fucked up.
So here, but they're kind of like Amazon.
That's what I was just gonna
Yes.
say. So like Amazon, you can upload something and sell it, right? Anybody could be a seller on Amazon.
Yeah.
Just because it comes in an Amazon box with the paper or whatever. So Wayfair is like that, where you can upload your product. So yes, it's true. Wayfair may not have known, but I just feel like
Not have known what?
that they were sex trafficking. I'm not
Wait,
saying.
so do you believe that
You
they
believe-
really were sex trafficking?
Yeah, I do.
What about you, Tahoe? You not believe
I think,
it?
all
I
right,
think
so
if
we
you
spoke
can't take a
about this.
$10,000 payment on PayPal to buy a kid, or you don't want an attachment to it, what are you gonna do?
All right.
Create a fucking business, sell some shit, and say, "Oh, I sold this."
Now,
cabinet.
what if I like the cabinet? And I pay, got money, I'm like, fuck it, I bought this cabinet. Is a fucking kid gonna
But
show
here's
up
the
in
thing:
UPS?
realistically,
I think that people weren't buying it.
that
unless they knew
same
the link.
well, not only that same cabinet would also be available for $100 or $200. So realistically, if you are shopping online and you see a cabinet priced at $10,000 and the same cabinet priced at $150, because we are
But I
human
get
beings,
what you're
we're gonna
saying,
go
because
for the
he's like, what if I'm a
150.
rich motherfucker that doesn't even think
And
like that?
They're
Yeah.
supposed to be industrial,
But
like they
I think that they know who is going to buy it.
Who's gonna buy
They know
it.
the IP address
Yeah.
on who's going to buy it. Like, I believe all of that. Because when you're in a secret society like that, especially with pedophilia, you're going to fucking have the ins and outs. And I really believe that was
Cover
the
all
smart way to
bases.
get around
Now, I
it.
will say there was one girl that they said was missing, and they put her picture next to a cabinet, and she retweeted and was like, bitch, I ain't missing, I'm right here. So at the same time, it's just like, bitch, I'm not missing. So they were putting names next to missing people, and there was one of the girls that was like, but bitch, I ain't missing.
I just like,
So
I feel like shit's going on around us. Like, I really believe that rich people and secret societies, what we saw with Jeffrey Epstein was so surface level. And I think it just gets bigger than that. And I really believe, like, so I read something recently where it was talking about the number one thing that's like hard to prosecute is pedophilia and rape. And like,
How?
that's, I guess because it's speculation.
I was about to say,
You can't
probably he
find-
say, she
you
say,
can't
there's not a
find
lot of proof.
hardcore evidence. It's not like a murder where you can have DNA as much as if you did it
I mean,
a
you
while,
can get DNA.
You can get DNA, but what if it was a while down the road? No, you can't.
Right, the same shit with the Michael Jackson shit.
It's harder to collect DNA from pedophilia and shit like that because cases aren't always reported. And
realistically, as a child, you do a lot of times have to have your guardian to help
Consent.
to consent that you testify and things like that.
but it just takes too long to get it off the body. So with Jeffrey Epstein, like, for those of y'all who watch it, it really came from girls discussing the room. The spiral staircase. This was pink. This was that. That's how they knew they were there. But then proving the sex. Shit like that. It's ridiculous. But I say all that to say, I feel like because it's so hard to get done or whatever, and these rich people have the money to let all of it happen, that's why they enjoy it. And it's like the richer you get, I feel like I can not understand why you'd want to fuck a kid, but they get in these weird ass, like, high society, like Scientology. Like, how the fuck do you get there? Now you believe fucking aliens
Well,
or
you're so
God,
disconnected
nigga,
from
and there's an
reality.
alien living in your body?
Calm down, calm down,
That's
calm down.
Scientology.
You
going
sound
somewhere.
real judgy
You're
right
going
now, though, and I
somewhere.
like aliens, bitch.
But this is...
You know I be with the alien shit, so I feel like you
I'm
talking
with
shit
some
about
alien
me.
shit too,
That's
but
what
do
I
you
was
think an
talking about,
alien
tentacles.
lives
I
in
was
your
about to
body?
say, I like that alien.
Nigga, they basically do it because all the rich, you can buy tiers of alien shit in Scientology.
Bro.
So I think with sex shit and kids, they're just be like, oh, I'm getting richer and richer. I've been fucking all these bitches. Let me get this 14-year-old pussy. I mean, it's...
But I think that that's the same thing with, I mean, and I ain't gonna say the names in hip hop or the music industry, but they go from dealing with women to men.
And I'm not
Because
gonna...
a lot of them just,
My thing is this,
You
right?
know.
Beyond all of that, right? Because I'm here for us breaking down all the sex trafficking and all that shit, right? It's just, if I steal Wheezy, I'm not gonna put Weezy's name over here and be like, I got Weezy here for 10,000.
That makes sense
I'm
too.
just not. Like,
That
it's the
makes sense.
stupidest thing in the world.
But a lot of
for
these
them
links
to
were
do.
only available for an hour or 2 hours because that was the purchase window of the kid.
I'm not sure if that's true.
Yeah, me neither.
Bitch,
not sure.
I think you added.
y'all. Okay.
Like, honestly,
added details
I don't
that
wanna-
wasn't
I
there,
don't want to
bitch.
be
It
the
was on
guy. Yeah, you added info. Like, they had an arm in there. Just so you
I
can
was
see
in a
it's
rabbit
real.
hole, dog.
I mean,
The only
look,
thing sad about this is like I think it's a great idea, and I'm sad I can't go like buy a Jerome Ottoman anymore because I think
Not
it'll
a
be
Jerome
fire.
Ottoman. You know what?
It'll be
I'm
fire
done.
to like
Look,
name shit.
just name
as
your
firm
own
as-
Oh,
goddamn
yeah, nah,
Ottoman.
this shit just
Jerome.
blue now.
well, to Weezy's point, there were more than one or two. There was
Oh, yeah, there was
10,
like- there was a-
11,
there was a
12,
lot, yeah.
all missing kids with
Yeah.
their names next
And
to
a lot
this-
of their
this
names
furniture.
were very unique.
Yeah, douchey shit. some shit
Detroit's
like-
or something
what
like
the
that.
fuck?
It was something like that.
It was a
Detroit-
lot of them. It wasn't
Dietsu
Walter
or
and
something.
Amy.
So now y'all believe this shit or not?
No,
No.
still don't.
Well,
But it's just weird.
In Wheezy's defense, sometimes when you get like people that are into pedophilia and sex trafficking and these kind of sorts, they have such a sick mind that they kind of like to leave some kind of like clue and paper trail. That's how you have like the these chain
It's like
murders, serial killers,
You're
and
right.
things like
they
that.
love
Also,
letting people know that they've done
it's
something.
like it's
Y'all
a
been
power
watching
aspect
Dexter.
of it, and when you're in sex trafficking, like you have like a power dynamic mentality to
Because
you. So.
remember, it's like people love having secrets, but the reason they get caught is because they feel they want to share their taboo shit. And
they
I
want to be
believe
known.
that.
They chase the fame.
They
They
do.
like that.
Well, speaking of sex trafficking, I did want to give a warning out to anyone visiting Miami. I most recently came across a video on the at the Savoy Show. It's a page on Instagram, and there was two men that ended up getting a key from the front desk clerk. All they said was the first name of the girl. They got a key, and two men walked into her room. And when the cops were called and they videotaped, it was like a 12-minute video. The clerk admitted to not taking their ID, but also that these men asked for extra sheets and tipped $100. So the women, after finding out that detail, were like, "So you pretty much just sold us for $100?" So just honestly, to be very safe when you're traveling, but also make sure you let the front desk know that nobody that's name is not on this room can get a key, and just be very safe with that, because I think right now a lot of people are in a space where they need the money. We're in a time where a lot of people aren't collecting on unemployment or lost their jobs. So sex trafficking rates are going up, and you just need to be really safe out there.
I cannot believe that people could be so inhumane.
Yeah.
To sell it.
Like it's a thing. You're going out to get somebody and
Yeah.
take them from their world and sell them off to do whoever knows what to them. And this
Yeah.
is your business?
Yo,
Right.
This is who
It's
you
sick.
are? Like, this is the
I
most...
had a girl tell me that she had been sex trafficked and talked about how she would want to like write something and share her experience. And I was like, honest to God, I don't want it that deep. Just tell people how to prevent it. I don't even know if I can handle the level of what happened to you and sharing it on this. I don't even know if I can articulate that. I don't know if I could sit across from
crazy.
somebody and really do it. Like, it feels crazy. And then I'm terrified if you start telling us how much someone made off you, someone's going to do it. Like, I'm scared of all of
So
those
fucked
things.
up.
Yeah.
It's just crazy
Even
because
with
we know
Epstein,
what happens,
like, it was
but
a business. Like, he
Yeah.
literally had people bringing girls over. He had...
and
this
power
one thing, this
over
one
them
thing
because he
that-
could tell.
This one thing that stood out to me is when they said that he had the two French girls come over. They were both 12.
I
or
remember.
14. I think
For his
12
birthday
or 14.
from the parents.
Came over for the night, did them with him, and he sent them back the next day, assaulted. Like, this is a thing. And all of these people were aware of it. And I gotta be honest, in my life, I've been aware of people doing shit that was fucked up. And I never looked at it like it was crazy at the time. I guess because I was doing crime or whatever. I never looked at him, but it was this guy that was like, I want to say 45 when I was 22. Everybody in the neighborhood knew he liked young girls. Everybody. But he would stand there and sell his shit along with everybody else. And we would just say, yo, he's nasty. But it didn't register.
But you're a father now. You're an
pedophilia.
adult now.
But that's fucked up. And I was talking about that with my daughter the other day. I shouldn't just know what's right when it comes to my child.
Oh.
So my daughter was like, but you know now. And I was like, but that's why I failed. Because all of those other people out there, I let this man happen. I let that happen to them.
Right.
And it only mattered to me now that I have a daughter or somebody that relates to, right? So I'm like, that's probably the biggest stain of everything that I've ever done in the streets, anything that I've ever done to anybody. That's probably the biggest stain is allowing that man.
But
to
we
do
all
that shit.
can't do this to ourselves today because I think we grew up in a little bit of a brainwashing culture, like not being able to talk or saying something is wrong or let it be their business or just protect your own. Like, we really are not conscious of taking care of others.
We are now.
That's why
We are now.
We all are now.
I think the dialogue is more open, but I think it's also interesting because even us having this platform and talking about these things, I'm not sure because I haven't been around many teenage girls, but I know when we were growing up, when we were high school, 9th, 10th grade, the cool thing was to have a older guy, to be with an adult who was 21, 22, or someone who could buy liquor or had a car or had his own apartment.
45, and he liked
but even that,
15-year-olds.
the idea of talking to someone when you're 14 and they're 24 or 26, like, yeah, as adults, 20 and 30 isn't bad. But the idea that we thought that as girls, we were better if we talk to older guys, that's also a sick brainwashing type of thing too, where who taught us that? Because now we know those older men that want to deal with high school women, something is not right with them.
Can you imagine? Dude, the guy that like I dated in high school, he was 5 years older than me. He like recently said to me like a few years ago, like, I feel so guilty. Like, I'm so sorry. He's like, and, you know, we talk now about it openly, and he's like, I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking. He was like, I don't even think I felt my age. He's like, and then he's like, it's not your fault. You were in a club at that age. He was like...
But what makes men really want to do that with somebody? You can't bring them home. You can't bring them around your homies. Like,
I don't know.
A teenager.
I'll be honest. Not only that, though, back then, even Weezy and I, at 15, 16, we had our fake IDs. So nothing limited us. We also had trusting parents. As long as I made all A's, I had a whip at 15 years old, 10th grade. I was driving. So I didn't really have those, like... stipulations or
but
curfews.
But now that's you. You're saying it's your problem, and it's not.
And it's not.
If we were badass kids, you're telling me my fucking grown ass nigga right now would go to a club and not know a girl's young?
Like
Are you
young?
fucking kidding me? Nigga, I looked at pictures of myself. Don't get me wrong. I was fast, but niggas know I was young. And
not me. I had curves and hips, bitch.
It doesn't matter. They know you're
But
young.
I'm just saying with my
and I
with
didn't
a fake
lie about
ID,
my age. I was in the club, but I never told niggas I wasn't in high school.
Women do lie about their age.
Bitch.
Like,
You ain't never told
my baby
niggas you
mother-
wasn't in high school?
My
Niggas knew I was in
mother-
fucking high school. The nigga, anyone I've ever slept with knew my age. I have never. Think about it. Who you knew I was hanging with when we were in the studio? He dropped me off at school, Mandy.
I'm saying something. Yeah, but at one time, a nigga, you said you was a substitute teacher. That's why you was going to high school every day.
No, when I was going to Valencia.
Yeah, bro. And we gonna be real, bro.
But I was
you was going to high school, but you was like, I'm a substitute teacher.
But he didn't have sex with me before he knew. Because I wanted to get some free drinks, but he ain't fucked me. Anyone that fucked me knew.
Oh my God.
No, and you know how else?
Okay, bro, we gonna
We were in the club. I mean, I'm not about to tell you in the
We
club.
gonna change the topic, bro. You had to go to school the next day. You were like, I'm a substitute teacher. Bitch, you went to graduation because you was graduating, not because you
Giving out awards.
Okay, in my defense, if I'm in the club, I ain't gonna be like, right, you're about to kick me out. But no, think about it. I was in a Magic game, and maybe I wasn't with Mandy. No, I was with Rose. And one of the players,
my nigga gave y'all tickets.
No. I did some little like beer Heineken thing, like passing out promo shit. So we sat down. I was with my friend Rose, and one of the players sent the towel boy for my number, and I told him the truth about my age, and he was like, "Oh no, sorry."
That one time, that's cute though.
No, because I knew I was young and didn't want to catch up with.
And I'll agree to that. Like, Weezy was the only friend that, bitch, you got your fake ID taken away a few times. She looked young. And we would go and they'd be like, bitch, I know you got school in the morning. And like one time,
I was like, well, I'll still be back.
Like, no, one time broke her ID in front and she was still like, but I know the owner of another club. We gonna go over here because they're not gonna ID us. So like, let's be. But
I like to party.
Yeah.
But you know what? The goal then, honestly, was not like to get niggas. I just want to have fun. Yeah. You know, and so I think
we would even go before 11. That's how you knew we was really just wanted to have fun.
No, you wanted,
we was
like,
basic. We wanted to drink for free, bitch.
I think, but young girls, I see them girls all the fucking
Y'all ain't
time.
have to be home at a certain time. You could
Not on the weekend.
just be out.
Nah. And I used to go out too, even on school nights.
But when you got good grades,
your parents are sick.
that was the thing.
It's Florida shit.
Yeah, it's Florida shit.
I feel like my mom wasn't about I feel like my mom was like, if you get good grades, I don't care what you do. Get good grades. And that's really her shit. And I was like, okay, and I didn't get pregnant. So.
And I had 2 jobs and I
look
helped
at me now.
You know, shit, I think we did
Look at
fine.
you now.
I think we did fine. Anyways, I do want to get into the hors d'oeuvre. For you guys who do not know what a hors d'oeuvre is our tip of the week. It's kind of a sex tip. And normally we like to kind of pass that along to our guests. So Tahoe, we are going to pass along to you because Orlando and I are going to share a tip or kind of have a conversation about a sex position that we would like you guys to try at home. But Tahoe, you have a sex podcast. You have learned a lot. For our male listeners specifically, what is a sex tip that you would give to them?
For our male listeners specifically.
Yeah. We can't really give them. I gave them the tip last week to drink beet juice if they want to last longer.
Well, we spoke about this yesterday on the show.
Literally
Really?
spoke about this yesterday.
Beet juice?
I told you,
not
bitch.
beet juice.
nigga.
Oh.
Basically,
Lasting?
how much working out and actually not just lifting weights, but actually doing cardio and working on your blood flow in your body.
What did I say? Oxygenate the shit.
Yeah, it actually helps keep your dick hard. So if you're
Oh.
having problems with staying hard, or if you're having problems with coming and shit like that, what's it called?
Pre-ejaculation.
Yeah.
Or erectile dysfunction, you might want to get a bike. Or you might want to jog because it
That's why
could
that
be
nigga
the
keep
liquor.
fucking me.
It could be the weed. It could be you having too much sugar in your system. It could be having too much salt in your system. And your body reacts to that. Your body is a well-oiled machine.
How are you guys keeping active in quarantine?
I'm fucking a lot.
Sneaky links.
Fucking lying.
Car
What's
sex.
sneaky links?
Car sex. Oh, knowing you're not supposed to be seen, sneaking out to go link somebody.
Nigga,
basically.
actual activeness.
Yeah,
God, leave.
activeness, not just fucking. What is?
But a lot of people,
No, that's my activeness. I ain't doing shit else.
So you're not working out.
No, there's no gym.
What about you, Tahoe?
well, me, I'm on leave right now, medical leave for my job.
Right.
I fucked up my knee. But definitely all my friends are bike riding. Like
Yeah.
literally, it's become a thing. When
I've called Tahoe twice because I passed his house.
Like the whole city is bike riding right now.
Yeah, no, I saw when I was out today, again, this is my first time in the city since March, but something that me and my toy friend do, we've been like hiking. So we've gone up Van Cortlandt Park and then we've done something.
How many miles?
Parisian, is it, what? Palisades in Jersey. And Palisades is like really good because it's like really steep. So we'll do that. And I think Jersey, there's way less people than, so we've just been hiking and doing a lot of walking. And then he'll run.
How does that make you feel after the hike?
Oh my God, I feel so sore. I'm like,
But it's a
holy
good-
shit.
it's a
It is
good-
intense. And yeah, we'll go and he'll have the music playing and we'll just walk. And we'll just walk and hike and it's fun.
Quarantine and what it's done for biking. Like, y'all know I love to spin class. I've spin with fucking listeners. But no bullshit. Something about biking. I biked here. And it's like, oh my God, just the air. I'm going to be really sad when it's wintertime. But it's got me feeling excited. Like, it gets my blood going. And not only that, now I have a routine without sitting in the house and feeling fucking depressed. Because I was getting depressed watching Zoom workouts. I was like, wow, this is terrible.
I ain't gonna hold you. I tried to do yoga, bitch. I realized how non-flexible a bitch is.
I can't do yoga.
Nigga, I did yoga for 7 minutes. I tried to reach back to my ankles. A bitch was hurting for like 3 days, bitch.
But you know,
I was like,
we have to do that shit because nothing's gonna feel worse than when gyms are back open and you know you can get sick from going to the gym. Like, have a little bit of something, you know what I'm saying, for yourself at the house. I feel like it really does help with sex. Like,
No, it does.
It just does for
It
women
absolutely
too.
does.
I mean, another
And that's the
tip
thing
I
is-
wanted to give too, real quick, and then I'll let you talk, Tahoe. Because I told you, he be fucking the shit out of me. Where I don't even do that much work, but I still be hurting. So yesterday I was watching TV, and instead of just sitting on my couch, I got on the floor and started stretching. So I feel like because I'm not going to stretch before sex, just keeping myself stretched out. So I was on the floor and I had my leg pulled back and I went down on the sides. And even so, when you're watching TV, just do some stretches.
That shit
And I
feels
did
so
that.
good,
Yeah,
bro.
it does.
Well, for guys, we take macaroot, we take blue chew pills, we want to perform, we want to do all of these other things. And it's almost essentially like women that take flat tummy tea, but they don't go to the gym. Like, you have to do the
bad
work.
analogy. Come on.
No,
Why?
I think that's pretty good.
Why?
Yeah,
You have to do the work.
Because
my nigga. Like,
if you're dieting, you gotta like add it up
Work
with other
out
shit.
too.
You can't
Right.
like working out. I have to eat somewhat decent too.
Yeah.
Right.
I shouldn't
you
expect
can't
working out to
just
make
think
me fit.
that these things are going to stop the problem. The problem is in your body. And if you really want to perform, if you really want to work your chick out, if you really want to fuck her better than her last nigga or better than she's ever been fucked before, you have to work on your body. It's weight training,
And this
it's cardio.
has to do, I think, to people that are bigger get discouraged. But I'm
I
telling
told you I did.
When I fuck like football kind of niggas, like big niggas, and they're like, I could tell they're active just because the size really ain't it.
Well, that's the testosterone in them. You know, football players, they're basically a full body sport and shit like that. So that shit riles them up. Like, even
Yeah,
having
but it's
sex and going
attractive though.
play
You know
sport
when
is
someone's
just-
being active,
yeah.
like, and I don't think it has to do with the working out advice you're giving, I don't think it has to do with getting smaller or losing weight. That shit just feels good as fuck.
Nah, nigga, your back start hurting. I'm having sex with bigger women, nigga. Your back start hurting. It's a dub. You finished. You can't do nothing else, and that comes from being out of shape. Me laying in the crib I've been in the crib for about 2 months now.
And to be real, that immune system, bruh, when you working out, you fight off all them colds easier. Your just everything. Your metabolism goes up. I do want to say, when I was living in Mexico, I had that boxer downstairs that was working me out. If any of you guys, Black specific, no offense to anybody else, box in New York and you want to train me outside somewhere, I've been tested. I ain't got chlamydia or corona.
Well, I want to get into a sex tip kind of with Orlando before we get to our horrible decision. But speaking of stamina and, of course, me losing weight, I told you I don't really like riding dick, but I have found a position in which I enjoy a whole lot, and I want to give a tip to make it easier for you. This is the position. I'm going to also give it so hopefully it can pop on the screen for you guys. When you posted this, you said that you really wanted to try it. Someone said it's referred to as the Amazon position. Is that correct? So this position, guys, just so you guys know that are just listening, the man is laying on his back with his legs in the air, and the woman is riding him while his legs are in the air. I recently did this with my toy friend, and it was just amazing, especially because I don't feel dominant with him at all. This was a dominant way to ride dick. Riding dick normally does make you feel dominant, but I feel like I can't ride dick well, so it's not a position that I like to be in. But this with his legs in the air, and y'all, he's tall as fuck. This was amazing.
Dick is, like he said this yesterday on the show, that riding dick for y'all is a dominant position. But for me, I still have control.
A lot of men have control.
I don't feel like I'm in submission here.
I don't
know what I
either.
mean?
Right.
But with that, my legs up in the air.
Your legs in the air, right? I love it.
Wide open. You're on me, and you're fucking me.
So I wanted to actually get
for women. That's a good question.
No, and here's the tip that I wanted to give for this position specifically, and this is my sex tip to anybody. If you're fucking someone, maybe you're having an issue like getting deep. Specifically for this, I would suggest to put a pillow under the ass, because then the dick is higher for you. Otherwise, you're more like it's just. Putting a pillow under somebody lifts them up a little bit more. And even for women, if you're getting fucked on your stomach, this is something he does often. He'll put a pillow under my stomach just to lift my pelvic area. So my tip for everyone is to use a pillow.
I got a weak arch game. When a dick gets too deep, I'd be like, ugh. You guys ever?
So you gotta let us know when you try that.
What's it called?
Oh yeah.
Cat
dog.
No.
Oh, cat cow. Yeah, cat cow.
So this
it's
is
a yoga
what I do when
pose.
the dick gets deep.
Yeah.
At first,
wait, and breathe in and deep in and.
And then when it get deeper, I'm like,
cat. There you go.
You know,
my cat do be looking like
I be looking crazy, and then that nigga just be throwing mad pillows under me to try to get my back down. But whoop,
Bodie be doing that shit. Anyways, guys. Before we get to this week's horrible decision, I want to let you know that this week's episode is brought to you by none other than Adam and Eve. Many of us are still at home. We ain't dating. We don't want to meet nobody. And Adam and Eve says the best part of staying at home is playing at home. Take advantage of the downtime and choose almost any one item at 50% off over at Adam and Eve. We are doing this for our listeners, and not only do you get 50% off almost any one item, you are also getting free shipping. It is being delivered discreetly right to your door. And like I said, I've actually gotten some lube from there recently. Me and my toy friend are trying some things out. And yes, I'm using this code, my goddamn self. So just remember to use offer code WD50. That is WD50 at checkout. Adam and Eve has thousands of products to make you glad that you're staying at home. And sex toys make being at home so much more enjoyable. Hell, even shopping from home is more enjoyable. I don't know about you, but bitch, I just keep ordering. Every day I got a goddamn delivery to my door. So again, your neighbors don't have to know that you're ordering sex toys, lube, swings, whatever the fuck you choose to purchase for you and your partner. Again, make sure that you support us by using our code over at adamandeve.com, WD50. Now, let's get on with the show. We have made it to the horrible decision, and I know y'all like, damn, we got two niggas on and y'all ain't even really letting them niggas talk. We about to let them talk now, motherfucker. So, horrible decision for this episode is called Pay For It.
Because, you know, we like to take everybody's monies, and so I feel like if we could trick on niggas, y'all could trick on us.
Oh, that's what I do.
No.
I mean, wait.
Is that what it is?
That's the same thing I just said.
It's the same shit.
I feel like we could trick on them too. Like, especially women who are trying and to be supporters of sex work, and we're becoming more liberal people. Y'all know I pay for it for OnlyFans. I'm a fan of paying for porn, especially when it's black. But Orlando is a
sex worker.
He's so happy.
This nigga, so you should see how he sat up in his chair. He's
Finally, we're here. Yeah.
I'm a sex worker. So, guys, for y'all who do not know, Orlando actually does have an OnlyFans. And if you can explain to us what it is you sell to whoever is willing to subscribe, because it can be men or women. You're not really open to who it is. But what do you give on your OnlyFans?
My OnlyFans is about using male sex toys and just trying to like debunk like stereotypes and taboo conversations, and just also educating, making it more comfortable, and just normalizing men having sex toys.
What kind of sex toys?
gonna be jerking off and shit.
With the sleeves?
So I have strokers, I have electro toys, I have vibrators.
Do people send them to you at this point?
Oh, my sponsor. I have a sponsor that sends it to me, Erotic Boudoir.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So my sponsor sends me everything. They just sent me a butt.
You gonna do the butt?
Oh, I can't.
play?
Oh, I fucked the shit out of my butt. Her name is
Shut
Kim.
up!
Oh my gosh.
Wait, you said Kim fucked the shit out of your butt?
No, I fucked the shit out of her butt. Her name is Kim.
Oh, but do you want the shit fucked out of your butt?
Okay, wait.
No.
Oh, I thought you wanted your butt played
me
with.
ask.
I think that's questionable with him.
You
he does the whole route except for that. Like I feel like he's.
I
still
think you're gonna
scared.
get there.
29.
He does everything
get
but
there in a
that.
few-
Like, come on.
Maybe I'm
Who
just not there
knows?
now.
Okay.
I'll do a finger, and that's as far as it goes.
Oh, once you go there, you're right there to the butt plug next, and then the strap is next.
Wait, men wear butt plugs?
So
Yeah.
I actually have a cock ring.
you know?
Well, and I have a cock. Maybe I can.
It's a sex toy.
Maybe I'll get it to you using our Adam and Eve code. But there's actually this really cool, and I have it because it came in one of my sets. But it's a cock ring, and around the cock ring, it's attached to a butt plug. So a guy, what he can do is have the cock ring on, and then also have the butt plug in his ass while
Because
he's fucking.
remember, butt plugs are for an asshole. And you guys have one. And
Y'all
we
do
too.
have one.
You know, I think my best, I guess, fingering toy was I have this glove that has like a dick on every finger.
What?
That's cool.
Yeah. So I use it, and I use it on my OnlyFans. So I was fingering this girl on my OnlyFans using it. So I use like all the fingers, one in her butt, and then she'll feel like different dicks.
What made you start it? Was it money?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were good for this? What was it like? Just because it was nasty and it turned you on?
Well, so I'm also the manager of So Shameless Podcast. And we had Erotic Boudoir come to our live show.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, they gave me a sex toy. I gave it away. So they said they're going to give me another one. I felt bad. So I was like, you know what? I'll make a video and I'll just like do a review on it. And that video was so fire. The pics were so fire. The nudes I
was like, I
sent
gotta
out.
share
I was
And then
like,
you was
yo,
pretty much like,
this
yo,
is
I could charge for this.
Yeah, I could charge for this.
I ain't
My
gonna lie,
nudes
he's good at what he
A1.
does. He's good at what he does because he'll tell a story. Like tell him about how you did jerking off with your leg up thing.
Oh,
Wait, you tell
that's just
stories
mad
on
fun.
it?
Oh,
Yeah, he tells
not on
stories
the
on it,
podcast.
so.
I tell my stories
Right.
and shit like that. But one of the positions I did on my OnlyFans is I put the camera behind me, and then I poke one leg up, and then I poked my leg down, and I jerked off with my leg, not my leg, my dick facing downwards. So all you see is like ass and
Nigga,
like
that's
dick.
artistry.
That sounds hot.
So he's standing there
I've
just
been
like.
thinking about selling this video. Let me show
I
y'all.
was like,
There
yo,
you
this
go.
nigga is a wild boy, but yeah, he also.
So you have sex, you masturbate, you're with toys. How do you find women to have sex with on your OnlyFans?
I asked them.
And what is that conversation like? How do you approach them?
for
Are there
mo-
women that you're already fucking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so most times they'll say they want to do it because they know how open and free I am, and that's
Right.
why they fuck with me. So they'll want to do it, but they just don't want their face in it.
Right.
So and
I
then
mean,
I'll
there's
just
ways
set up.
against that.
Yeah. I'll
with
figure it
masks?
out.
Yeah.
They wear masks.
Nah, I just like put them in positions and I set up the camera so like they'll be laying down.
I
You
asked
won't
my
see
toy
them.
friend if I could give him a foot job for my OnlyFans because it's just my feet, but they all want to see a foot job on there, and I'm
Exactly.
just like, shit. Okay, let me
Yeah.
find a dick, and
Like-
now it's only dick.
Like
so.
the last chick I had, I fingered her with the toys, and then I had another like masturbation toy that had like spikes on the glove, so I fingered her with that. And then I was just so into it that I just started fucking her like after like I did the videos, but the cameras were still rolling.
Oh, that's
and then
dope.
I cocked her legs back, and we had anal sex with the cameras
Yeah, I see
rolling.
how-
how is the money coming in
Fire.
for you as a man on
He loves
OnlyFans?
it.
I charged like really cheap. Well, I was charging really cheap, so I was only doing like for $5, but I raised the price because the work was like way too much.
Right.
And
You're
I put out
editing
a
the
lot
video and all of that, right?
Exactly. I edit everything.
Who are
all of
like
that.
role models? I feel like, okay, like we talk about being nasty all the time because we like her, certain girls. I like this girl, Goddess Angelina, too. I don't know if she's white. Oh, not Latina, I guess. But like, she's gorgeous girl,
Mm-hmm.
tiny, very petite, but super dominant. And I just really like when people have good kind of work. Like, who's your role model for OnlyFans where you're like, I like what this nigga does?
I don't actually have any male ones. It's kind of like a little egotistical because I feel like I put out like better content. Of course, they'll just be known more than me.
Right.
But I just put out better content. But I try to make it visually and audio wise very pleasing. So I'll always have like background music, the different
you moan?
like views. Yeah, I moan
Can
sometimes.
we see? Can we get some moans on the mic? Can we?
Tahoe's like,
Wait, no. Can you do it? I want you to wait. Can you do it live? Can I get?
No, bitch, that's weird.
But I want to hear. Why I moan on the mic? You don't moan on the mic.
What's happening?
I want to hear a man moan.
Do I need to step out?
No, I love man moans. Can you give us a man moan? Tahoe, you've never moaned?
Give us your cum sound.
Come on.
Nah. What
Okay, wait.
Do you say I'm about a nut?
Yeah. Okay, can we get a sexy moan, Orlando?
Damn, I usually moan just like really deep breath kind of
Oh,
shit.
do it, do it.
So like
do it,
animal
do it.
noises? Like,
Nah. So I'll just be like, shit, fuck.
Oh, you're a talker.
Yeah, I'm a talk. Oh,
Okay.
shit. I like
I'm getting horny.
I can't hear nothing.
fuck.
Okay, well, your turn.
Right
Weezy,
there,
you
right there.
moan.
Almost there. Hold on.
Oh,
Okay,
I
then.
love when a guy does that. Oh, let
Where
me
you
catch
want me to
that
come,
nut.
baby?
Let
Where
me
you want me
catch
to
that
come?
nut.
Can I do mine over now? It sounded way better than mine.
Whew, fuck. Don't move.
Okay, Orlando. Okay, god damn it. Okay, Manny, wait, do yours. No, because you make fun of me.
All right, I'll put my
I told you, it's like, oh, let me get that nut. Oh, not for me. Give me that nut. Okay, god damn it.
No judgment. That was great.
Oh, yeah, thank
That
you.
was fucking
Thank
awesome.
you.
I wish
get
you
real,
liked the
you
nut
know.
one.
What?
Let's hear yours.
She says I'm ghetto. Your turn. She'd be like, oh my god, orgasm for me,
shit is
please.
No, I don't. Okay, can I
lights
tell y'all?
down in here.
This
This
morning,
shit
I felt
nasty.
so fucking nasty because I was like, oh, I really want to drink some cum. Can you feed me?
What's the difference between drinking cum and nut?
yes.
Peanut butter?
No,
I
the
can say
word.
nut,
Yes.
bitch.
Wait, you said that during the act?
I was getting fucked, and I was like, I'm ovulating, so he couldn't come on my pussy, and I was like, oh, I want to drink it.
I love drinking nut.
And then I like take my fingers in my mouth and
feed
show
me?
him where to feed it to.
I
me.
love it.
I want you to
Okay,
feed me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I don't
look,
know if
you
I
see
fucked
it.
with anybody
Yeah.
that talks that nasty.
No? Oh, I be nasty.
I'm
I be like,
disgusting.
you like me being your little slut? I definitely say that.
Me too.
I definitely say that. I'm your slut. Do whatever you
I don't
want
know
to
why.
me.
I don't want to be a whore, but I'll be a slut. It feels more fun.
You ever had somebody smack you out of nowhere?
So I smacked my nigga.
Yeah.
I smacked the shit out of him.
Consensually, like there was something where he asked me.
So he
Nope.
asked you
Pre-consent.
first.
The guy, my nigga didn't. I just felt like he took all my power, and I like being dominant. So he was fucking the shit out of me, and so I just slapped the fuck out of him in missionary.
Lit.
Wait, women don't have to ask men for consent?
Yeah, I'm
slapping?
sure, but I mean, I didn't expect him to fuck. He
Like,
didn't.
don't
He didn't
slap
ask to
me.
fuck the shit out of me like that.
I slapped
You know what I mean? Where the fuck was the consent? I didn't know he was gonna fuck the shit out of
Fuck
me.
means like that. Like fuck. The word fuck means like that.
Right, but fucking,
Sex,
if
make
you listen to
love,
Horrible
intimacy.
Decision, there's a lot that goes into fucking, and slapping is one of those things.
I slapped a pussy before. That was fun.
I'm not gonna lie, he does this little thing where he like
Takes the
smacks
dick-
my ass. No, he just like gets into this almost like flogging, but with your hand, and
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
smack where it's.
You want to see the glove?
Okay.
You want to see the
Oh
glove?
yeah,
I
let's
used?
see the glove. Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it has-
I
Nice,
wasn't ready
right?
for the color.
Wow.
What's the name of the glove?
The
Where
love,
can they get
it's
it?
called the love glove.
You
Oh,
do a
From
very
Roddy
good
would
job
do it.
at fingering.
The
though.
lo- Oh, and,
And he
he's
got that
sucking
toe-
her
toes.
toes
Oh, yeah.
while
I
he's
forgot I was doing
fingering
that.
her pussy,
Are you
y'all.
using a phone?
This is no. I have two cameras.
I was gonna say this
So-
looks really.
Oh,
good.
this
Wow.
nigga, the quality is like HD.
Have you seen this
God
time?
damn.
I don't
Oh.
watch his OnlyFans.
You gotta see
Well,
that.
this is not his
But
dick.
it's all pussy. Okay, this is
This
the
is a
dick.
good
If you
This
want
is
to
the dick.
subscribe
behind.
This is the
to
dick.
Orlando's
Oh, okay, I see.
OnlyFans is Dear Orlando Roy.
Thank
Yeah.
you for telling.
Okay.
We're gonna put the
He
link.
manages my other podcast,
We're
and I'll
gonna
manage this.
we're gonna
nigga.
put the link in the description of this
I
episode.
want
you
a
know-
manager for my OnlyFans.
You should be really proud of doing work like that, though, because I have seen, and this is no shade to y'all women, but I haven't seen it with men too much, like in Raggedy, but I feel like girls just throw shit up there.
Ashy.
Because men, it's gonna take you. Like, I have a broke big toe. My lashes wasn't done, and I was telling my boo, I was like, "Oh, my big toe broke. I hate it. I gotta go to the." He was like, "You deal with niggas that notice a broken toenail?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do." So I think, like, honestly, it's to the point now, especially in quarantine, men just like women. I think we overthink sometimes how we look more than what women.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Like my lashes. I'd be like, you like my lashes? He's like, I noticed.
Yes,
they
in
don't do
person.
it.
But
You
I'm
know?
sorry for like wanting someone to pay. Put some effort in it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
And this
always
is
in the
whether
mood.
you're selling your body or your videos.
Yeah.
If someone's going to pay for it, spruce it up a little.
But
bit.
I do
But it's
believe
like-
that people like anything. Like even for feet, some people want to see dirty feet. Like there's a thing for everyone. So maybe some guys
Correct.
don't want to see super
But
upkept
I'm
women.
going to be honest. If you are going to be someone that becomes a content creator, whether it's sexual or not, and that's OnlyFans, if you don't take your work serious,
And put effort
you're not
into
going to. Who's popular on OnlyFans? Do their videos look shitty? No, they don't. So unless you're just doing this to throw some shit out there and have fun with niggas just making a few comments, or you really want to make your shit a business, make it like a business. Much like we talk about with podcasting. Like our first episode was in a fucking studio because we know what we like to hear. We knew we had to invest money in it, and that's the kind of
Exactly.
content we wanted to put out. Now with OnlyFans, I do believe when I'm looking at people, they always do it under Be Nasty shit. They'll post pictures of their like, oh, because she supports people. She's like, post your shit, and everybody looks in the thread. And I'm like, y'all couldn't move this or do this. Like, clean up your house. If you would post a picture on Instagram looking raggedy, then I see why you posted OnlyFans shit like that.
exactly.
But a lot of people curate their Instagram a certain way. When I take a picture of my house and I see something crazy in the background, I'm like, let me move.
I just think raggedy is subjective. Some people want to look like you getting fucked in the trap because some people only know of the trap.
Yeah.
We'll call it trap house porn. And don't charge $15.
There's an avenue for that.
There is, bro.
There
That's what I'm
is.
saying. There's an
But
avenue for
There's
everything.
an avenue for everything, but you have to market yourself that way.
You do.
Can't just show up like
Yeah.
people thinking they get some elegant
do.
shit and you're in the fucking back street.
And then more times than none, the lower quality always comes with like low effort. So you'll
Right.
see a girl just sitting there with a straight face, just frowning, jiggling her nipples really slowly, and then
They
using
do
the
be
dildo,
frowning.
and it's just be a straight face, just staring at you with an ashy butt cheek like that.
Well, are
is
you
not
always
sexy.
in the mood to do those videos? Because sometimes, like, doesn't OnlyFans force you to put up content?
No.
Like-
oh yeah, it does, and
It
so
does.
I'm not always in the mood.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
often?
I don't-
And it's not that.
What are those rules? Talk about that.
It's just different for everybody. It's just like however you can get it out and whatever your rollout is. It's different because there's so many different ways you can make money on OnlyFans
But
alone.
I like that
I
they
be
do
getting
that because
tipped.
that's
I
a
like
great
the little
thing for the
tips.
your user. Like if I'm paying $20, someone doesn't forget about me.
Right.
I like
Yeah.
that too,
Yeah.
though.
The fact that they continuously make them put out content.
That's nice.
No, I like that. But
And
then
then
talk
I-
about the overcharging and shit like that.
Well, I don't really see it as overcharging because like you can charge a high subscription, but you can give longer videos. So it's just like however you want to do it. Because I feel like I have a purpose from my OnlyFans. I charge based on my effort, so that's why I raise my price a little
You
bit.
said you putting more work into it.
Yeah, and now the quality is better and stuff like that. So it's I enjoy doing it. It's fun. And
I'm
it
sure
could get
you're
a lot
nutting.
because I can masturbate 5 times a day easily. So that's why it's not a problem. And then with the toys, it's just a little bit more fun. It's just setting up everything that makes it
Lights,
feel like
camera.
work. And then so as far as like paying and everything, I could have a high subscription, longer videos, low subscription, but I'm sending you out. I'm sending out spam of messages for like $10, $15 for you to pay
Is your
to
face
see
in the videos?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're like on here. People know who you are, but I'm just saying your face is in the. Okay. Have you talked to your like family about it yet?
No. Well, I'm Jamaican, so they're
I was
very
about to say,
close-minded.
hell no.
It's not
I
happening.
went over to his house for a little barbecue, and I was
they're
like, so how's the
super-
OnlyFans going? He's like, shh.
So is that like coming out the closet if they find out? Like, is that
it's
like
not something.
gonna hold to you?
It's not something I'm
it's sex work.
hiding.
It's a reveal.
It's one of those things where it's a conversation that I know is gonna get nowhere. So I'd rather just not.
I mean,
like,
I
put
don't
out
think
there
it's
to have.
necessary until you're at the point where it's.
Yeah, then I'll tell you. Like my I have a cousin that lives there. She knows, but I know she knows, and she doesn't really talk about it. So it's like there's nothing to talk
Can we
about.
roll it back? You said you can masturbate 5 times a day
Yeah.
and have sex.
If I have sex, it's
You
probably
feel like you
3.
can come 5 times a day,
I can come 5 times.
or Nate.
How
Nut.
often a week? How often a week can you do 5 times a day?
Daily. With
Daily.
that beet juice.
You can
Daily.
come 5 times a day
Jesus
daily.
Hell, yeah, I've been seeing my toy friend every day since May.
Yeah, I can't come 5 times.
And
a
every
day.
time we fuck, it's 4 nuts for him. And
I
be-
could do
it's
2,
a lot.
3.
How
But-
long is each one?
I be like,
Every time you fuck, it's 4
it's
nuts.
4 nuts for him, which means
Where he comes, then
he
gets back
comes
in?
and goes right back in.
4 times?
4 times.
This
I
is
be
y'all
like,
age group, and let me tell you
Niggas
something.
God.
and he older than you.
He's a god.
No, he is. I told him that. I told him that.
Leonidas. This is Sparta.
Fucking
That's
Hercules.
what I be feeling.
That's how he sounds when he comes.
I be
Sparta.
running. I be like, damn. Well, anyways, guys, we talked about how people are paying Orlando for his OnlyFans, but for this week's Heaux Confession, we have Tahoe, who has experienced purchasing women for the first time, and he really enjoyed it. So for this, we're gonna give you the floor, Tahoe. I know you got kind of let us know who it was. It was with one of our previous guests on our show. Mistress Marley, you guys may know her from the ATM hookup episode. But at this point, I want you to literally tell the Heaux Confession. So talk to us, walk us through reaching out to her, why you did it, and how the night went.
So, I'm dealing with a young lady who is just super sexually open with me and our conversations. But in her personal life, in her past, she hasn't been that way or found men that are willing to explore that. So between me and Orlando, horrible decisions, just being in this sexual atmosphere, it's actually piqued my curiosity a lot. So one time we went to a rope party, and at the rope party, people started
What's
having
a rope
sex
party?
or whatever. A rope party.
Rope.
So it's like,
I heard
where
rope.
people learn how to do,
Bondage
and stuff
It's
like
kind of what Sir
Shibari.
Dashington.
Right.
He's come on our show and also was a part of the live show. So bondage. Okay.
Yeah. So we went there, and people was doing sexual things at the end of it. And I expressed to her that I didn't want to do that to her because people knew Tahoe was there. That people coming to me like, hey, Tahoe, this, that, and the other. So I was like, I'm not going to do that to you, try to make you perform some shit. And she was like, nigga, I wanted to.
Oh.
She was like, I didn't know you was into it, but I would have definitely did it. And I was like, oh, shit. So her birthday started coming around, and we've been trying all of this other stuff. Her birthday coming around. I like to do surprise things. And so I reached out to Weezy, and I said, before I say that, I want to say that she is very much into women, but doesn't know how to approach women. And also isn't just into any woman. Like, she has to, you know what I mean? So I reached out to Weezy, and I said, listen, she wants women. She lets me do me sexually, however I want to do it. So I want to bring some women to her and have her own experience.
I think one of the coolest things that Tahoe said, which, by the way, let me set the scene for y'all, because this to me was really funny. Tahoe calls me. We're on FaceTime? Maybe. It's on speaker,
fucking
whatever.
Amazing call, yo.
My niggas walk around the house, and he hears I'm on the phone, but he's just like, whatever, right? So all he can hear, and I come see him look over, what? Because I'm like, okay, well, let me help you find some girls. Because Tahoe said what I thought was great. Sorry, I skipped over it. Was that he was like, I can be involved, don't need to be involved. Like, this is an experience I want for her. I don't want to take this over.
I knew I wasn't going to be involved.
And
I'm going to tell you.
I said, okay, well, when do you want to do this? Saturday. It was Thursday. I said, all right, well, let's get to it. So he's on the phone with me. I got him on speaker while I'm looking for girls. My nigga walking back and forth. I'm like, no, what about her? I don't know how much she charged, but let's see. And he's like, what the fuck is going on with this bitch? I'm like, so do you want your dick sucked? Do you want to fuck? Okay. And and what's your budget? What would you like? Da-da-da-da-da. And, we had a great conversation because Tahoe, what I appreciate, wasn't being cheap about it. And by the way, I want to say with the Mistress Marley thing, it wasn't paying for sex. He just wanted this experience, right? Because I don't know what services she offered, and I don't think she does that. But it was more so him knowing, like, yeah, I want someone to come and do this, and I want them to be a professional. And if I have to pay for it, whatever, it is what it is.
Right.
Like, this is a gift and something I want to be. I just feel like niggas always be trying to, like, oh, let me go on Tinder and find a bitch.
Nah,
and it's like, why?
Nah, I want to create a.
And let me ask
you,
it ended up being two girls, right?
I wanted more than one.
So,
you know
okay.
I mean? So,
Finish with
you
the
said
story.
surrounded by
I
pussy.
want it surrounded by pussy.
Okay, so you ask for your girl to be surrounded by pussy. Weezy helped facilitate that. You get in contact with who you want. How does it go to where you now invite two women and talk to us about what the conversation was like?
Well, Mistress Marley was very
Professional.
Of
She
course.
was very, she asked a lot of questions about what I wanted and what I expected and what I didn't want. One of the questions was, do I want it to be involved? And I was like, no, this is about her. She's not into watching me have sex with nobody. So I'm not even thinking about doing that. I want to watch her have this experience. You know what I mean? And if it's not comfortable for y'all, I don't have to. You know what I mean? So, I'm not trying to invite y'all into some wild shit. You control the room. You do your thing. So she started sending me pictures. And I was like, that one is not her type. And we've gone out together, so I know what she's into.
Right.
And she sent me a picture of this lady.
She's fine.
Now, can we post this in our Instagram on the swivel?
Absolutely.
And I'll ask. Well, I know Marley did
she
post
let you
a
do it on
picture
yours?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll talk to Marley too about posting it.
So, man, oh my God, Mistress Marley, Mistress Gabby, they looked amazing in the pictures and the videos and everything. So we set it up for at night. And so what I did was I invited her over, my shorty over, and I cooked. And well, whatever.
Set the scene. Did she have an idea what was going to happen?
Had no idea.
Oh,
really?
She had no idea. So we playing this game, like this card game. I'm leading up to it. I got like Patron, I got champagne, I got all these things. So each level of the night, we're stepping it up. We're stepping it up, right? So we had this card game. And in the card game, one of the questions was, how do you think you being in my life is going to change me sexually or is going to affect me sexually?
Did you pick that card purposely? No.
This game just had all this thing. It's
the
one of
universe.
those the and games of Skin Deep.
Okay.
One of those games that just has these,
the
with
universe.
dating and shit like that. And she was like, well, I think you're going to allow bondage or this, that, and the other. And I'm like,
Oh.
So you think that's going to happen in my life? I said, let's put a pin in that. And we took some shots. Finally, Mrs. Marley and Mistress Gabby came. So we're upstairs. If people who know me know I have a big house.
Right.
We're upstairs.
Big home.
Humble flex.
Whatever. And the girls.
So you
were
opened the door.
downstairs.
You had it ready for.
They had their own room. They had. I bought them. I bought them Patron.
That was nice.
They were able to get into their vibe, get into their outfits and stuff like that. So while they're doing that, I'm upstairs with her. But we fucked up now because we've been doing this. We're fucked up, right? So Mrs. Small let me know that they want to come up. I let them come up. I have two different entrances into this one room. So I put Mistress Marley on one and I put Mistress Gabby on the other. And I told her, I started introducing the scene to my shorty. And then I just said,
how did you do it? Introduce the scene.
I've always wanted to allow you to have these type of experiences. I want you to lay back and enjoy yourself. And beyond that, I have nothing else to say. I open the door. She comes in with the fucking whole outfit on, with the whip.
With the whip?
This, that, and the other. So my shorty just lights up like, oh my God, because she actually follows Mrs. Marley.
Oh,
so she
wow.
already knew her. You know what I mean? So she walks in, boom. And while she's marveling at her, I go to the other door and then Mistress Gabby comes in. And she's like, holy shit. Turned into, wow, this is the best night ever. Because, so what happens is Mistress Marley comes in and she asks, what you like. They do the whole consent talk and she's, yep, I'm into that.
She like,
yep, I'm into that. Yep, I'm
Everything,
into that.
What
Yep,
did
give me
your
the
girl say
taser.
no
Give me the.
to?
Did she say no to anything?
She only said no to if they wanted to tie me up.
Okay.
Oh.
Because she knew that I'm not into that, and she thought that it would make me uncomfortable. So everything else, she was.
Look
kinda
at her
down
thinking
for.
of you still, though. That's
So she was
amazing.
like,
Yeah,
that's
that
not
is
his
really
thing.
nice.
Yeah, she was like, that's not his thing.
I guess he was like, fuck it, he brought y'all here.
Right? But let me get one of everything.
She one of everything, and oh my God, I'm gonna tell you, to sit through a Dom experience.
It's
I've
different.
never seen anybody talk like that. I've never seen anybody, and I'm really good with my woman.
Yeah.
But the way they was handling her was something, it was almost intimidating. Like the way that they were doing it, and they're making her say certain things. She has to follow certain rules, and she's getting whipped and flogged. I don't do those flogger things, and I don't, do all those things. Even if I'm using a vibrator, I'm just kind of using it. I'm not setting up a scene.
Right.
And it taught me so much about sex that I had no idea
What's the
existed.
biggest lesson learned for yourself? Or something that you were like, oh, I'm doing this shit.
Yeah, outside of the dominatrix experience, what else do you feel like you took from that?
Definitely building senses before sex.
Ooh.
Explain that.
Just the touching, the teasing, the talking.
Mm-hmm.
The talking.
It's big.
To get into the mood, to actually start, because touching is one thing, but mental is another thing. And when you're doing it at the same time, or mixing up hard, soft, tickling,
I like how you did that,
slapping,
by the way.
You know what I'm saying?
Hard, soft.
Hard. Mixing that up. That's what I do.
We get it, nigga. They don't listen.
But
We're going into detail. You ain't gotta drag it.
if I may continue with the story, man, when I tell you they fucking tied her up and they did all of these different things, and eventually they asked me to join in. But I couldn't. My dick wasn't there. My shit would not get hard, bro. Like, I'm literally trying. My dick was the smallest it's ever been.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know if it was the liquor and everything else
Could
that
have
we was doing, but it was definitely an intimidation. It's like if you go into a sex club,
right,
and it just affects you. You have to get used to that. You know what I'm saying? And I got to give them their props. They turned the night out.
Did they talk to you?
They did. But they was also like, yeah, look, you can't even get your dick hard. I'm fucking your chick.
Oh, shut up.
But I'll be shocked.
Oh, that is amazing.
But so the thing is that being that it didn't affect me in a way that really hurt my feelings because I know, first of all, I know how I fuck her. And I know how our sex life is.
But it was sexy.
And it was kind of funny to me because they was almost trying to sub me, but I'm really not subbish. So you talk to me like that, like, Ma, I do this. Like, y'all got me right now, but I do this. This is what I do.
But
so
you know what? I'm glad that you ate it and you didn't have to be on your macho.
No, because they was in their bag and they were really good at what they did. And then at the end of the night, I kind of made her go crazy. So
I know that's right. That sounds amazing.
Oh my God,
it was an
I'm jealous.
amazing.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm about to hit my nigga like I think I got someone. I'll pay for him.
You know what? After you told me that story,
That sounds so hot.
I legit was like, would it be uncomfortable for me because like we've had a business relationship, like Mrs. Marley's in our show and like in our live show too, and I was like, no, like if I'm somebody that preaches respecting sex work, like what the fuck is the difference?
And it's funny because Mistress Gabby, so just to tell you how they are with each other, they play off each other well, right? So I'm not sure if they have a business together, but Mrs. Gabby kept trying to tie me up. Throughout the night, she's like, let's tie him up. Mrs. Marley kind of looked at me and was like, no, let's not. But let's let him do this. She's very in tune with her clients.
Yeah.
She's very in tune with people. Like, honestly.
She gives workshops on it. She's
she
really good.
And I'm telling you right now, I'm a consumer. Anything. I don't give a fuck if it's Starbucks, McDonald's, whatever. I'm going to pay attention to the customer service. I'm going to pay attention to the product.
Right.
She gave excellent product. So regardless of anything else that we talk about,
but it's obvious
into something,
she
go
knows
towards
what
Mrs.
she's
Marley.
doing. Just from the conversation we had in this room, I'm not in this room, but on this show, just talking about the ATM meetups. Like, for example, so Mandy just said, you moan, and we laughing about it, right? The second I said, tell me what you say to guys at the ATM, she was like, oh, no problem. Bam.
And
like,
she got right into character.
Son, she's right in.
Yeah.
And she told me, well, let her tell, because I hope you guys go to her shows and go to her things like that. But she told me, like, yo, she has to get into character, and then she needs to take time to get out.
Oh, yeah, self-care.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, even as far as just aftercare with sex, that we talk about too. It's important to give words of affirmation to your partner, especially if you get into a dominant situation or you're really, if you're fucking like really sexually, like to where it's hardcore. You need to soft talk after. You need to rub each other.
I just need a little cuddling after. When I get,
absolutely.
Let me ask before we get out. Are you guys planning to interview Mistress Marley and Gabby?
I want to. I want her to dom me, really, but yeah, I want. We can't wait
She's
till
actually
she's
supposed to come on next week.
Oh, that's great.
So we got to make
Amazing.
sure because her schedule was gotten super busy once COVID kind of calmed down. It's a really person-to-person thing she's doing. So,
Yeah.
We'll see what her schedule is.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting with the sex work and how COVID has affected just a lot of clubs, a lot of people who enjoy swinging. Weezy talked about how it's been different not having a third person join her and her man. It's just, with sex, it is so intimate and you do have to be close. It's crazy how much COVID has definitely kept people to where, shit, we were doing so much shit virtually, So it's good that we're now a little open up. But of course, everyone, if you plan on hiring a sex worker or inviting other people into your bedroom, please just take precaution. There are a lot of thermometers now. They're less than $50. Even when I went to get my lashes, they took my temperature at the door. So there's definitely ways to be cautious. Washing your hands as soon as you go in, especially if you're fingering and playing with people in their faces and stuff. Washing your hands and just being as cautious as you can. Go ahead. One
Real
more.
quick. Just after that experience, we had sex like 9 times. We have sex a lot.
Because you're so horny.
Son, it was the
Every
craziest
time I have a
thing.
threesome, it's the most sex we have.
It's the most. It was crazy because
it's
every
like
time I
someone
looked at
leaves,
her,
and
I
then
saw
all you
this
could
moment.
talk about is what just happened. You could smell it.
It was incredible.
And do you know the title? I know you went even more into detail on the Hard or Soft podcast about this night. Do you remember the name of the episode just so that they can reference
Hold
it?
on, you sent it to me.
I just want the listeners, if you guys feel like, dang, you didn't get enough of that story. Sorry, guys, we're back in the studio, so we're pressed on time. But I want you guys to kind of hear more of his excitement and reference it. Weezy, you have the name of it?
It was called House Full of Doms,
Yes.
and it was episode. Oh, you don't put numbers.
No, we don't.
It was just House Full of Doms.
House Full of Doms. I'll put the link in the description of this episode. Guys, before we get out of here, Orlando Tahoe, thank you for joining us. Let us know where our listeners can find you, your social medias, of course, your OnlyFans, and as well your podcast.
Hard or Soft Pod on everything. hardersoftpod@gmail.com, hardersoftpod, Instagram and Twitter. You can follow me at Dear Orlando Roye, onlyfans.com/Dear Orlando Roye. And yeah.
Hardest Soft Pod is...
Man, fuck that. They know who you are, nigga.
No, but wait,
I'm just playing.
we talk, because Orlando went through this whole shit, but Hardest Soft Pod, we talk about things that make us hard, things that we like about sex, and things that make us soft, things that we don't like about sex.
Oh.
And so those are continuous. That's the continuous scene of everything.
I like
he
that.
did a better little intro
You know
than
what
he
I'm
did.
saying?
He's
but
better
it's
at
not.
running the ad than me.
Talk about sex, we talk about sex, he got it.
Talk about me
It takes
fucking pocket
time,
pussy.
honestly. Like, it took us, I think, some years to, like, when someone asked me, I know exactly what to say.
Yeah. What's the speech?
Yeah, like,
So
what's your elevator pitch? Give me 10 seconds.
Yeah, we just figured out what to call our intro.
It's crazy too, because we
foreplay.
used to be two corporate women. We're no longer corporate because this, of course, has taken over. But we definitely still focus on destigmatizing kinks for the Black community and focusing on bringing these conversations of sex, knowing that we, of course, don't grow up having these conversations in the household.
Exactly.
But I want to thank you guys for doing the Lord's work now, giving a male perspective. Again, guys, that's the Harder Soft podcast. I want to thank you guys for supporting us. Before we get out of here, I do just want to say Breonna Taylor's killers are still at large. And so I'm sorry that it has taken this long. We do want to seek justice for Breonna Taylor. So guys, continue to post on your social media, continue to bring awareness to the case. Her family is not going to be at rest until that is done. I also want to bring light to another situation, to a Jennifer, who is actually local to New York. She's in Valley Stream, which is right outside of Queens, but she has been subjected to threats and race-based harassment that has included throwing feces and dead squirrels onto her property. She does have an immunocompromised child in her home, and many of you may have seen it on Twitter, but she has written a long thing on her door, and I want to read that here for you guys. She posted a sign on her door that says, "Hello, my name is Jennifer and I am a single mom and registered nurse. My neighbors have been racially harassing me since I purchased my home. I took video footage to court and won a $5,000 judgment from my videos. They have thrown human feces on my property and it was recorded. They're now planting dead squirrels on my property and have told me to go back where I came from. They have their friends come spit on my property and that was recorded. A blowtorch was taken to my home at 3 a.m. and they have said that I can be quote unquote erased. Their friends also threatened to get rid of me and my cameras. They walk around in the back with guns and it was recorded. The police have said I need to be harmed for them to take an arrest. I live in fear for my life at home. You will hear prayers coming from my home. I apologize for the noise. Thank you." I want to give a shout out to a lot of the representatives, the residents over in Valley Stream and different places in New York who have now scouted out in front of this woman's home at night to protect her. But it just shows that people really just do not care about lives, specifically those of Black women. And for the cops to say that something needs to happen to her before they can do something, that's when it is too late. So for those of you who are interested in seeing the progression of what happens, if you guys search the hashtags Stand With Jennifer or hashtag I Stand With Jennifer, you guys can see the rallies that are taking place and kind of just, bring notice to that with your social media following as well. I think that that's very important. Again, if you don't have the means to donate, she does have a GoFundMe right now, but if you don't have the means to donate, you still don't want to get out there and protest, then the ways that you can make a difference is by bringing awareness to issues like this worldwide and in your community. If you guys are all caught up with Whoreible Decisions, we have over 70 episodes over on Patreon. We drop 3 a month over there. So guys, it's patreon.com/Whoreible Decisions. For just $5 a month, you can get 3 bonus episodes. It's live. We definitely open up more, and we do like a town.
We've been doing like town halls, live Zooms, people joining. That shit fun as fuck.
It is. One of our patrons actually shared a story about how she had a threesome. Her and
someone she met in our group chat.
Someone she met in the
Whoreible
group chat.
Decisions group chat.
Yeah.
You'll find it on Patreon if you're a top tier patron. Also,
But your fans are sexy as shit.
Yeah,
we have a new kind of Patreon thing we're doing every month. I really wanted to come up with something that was like, different from our regular episodes. So now Mandy and I are doing, I think we're going to call it cinema.
I like cinema.
Shout
out to Tammy.
We basically pick something that we've been watching and we just break it down and how it relates to sex.
So we just did
do
Insecure.
365.
365, I told you got them
next.
goddamn accents. I don't like. I couldn't get through it.
You know, I May Destroy You is a UK-based show.
Oh, is it?
It is so. It might be a little bit.
I love it. Like, they're really good. They're great.
Okay, you guys go.
You really tried that.
No,
Anyways, guys, we are going to leave you with a 5-minute bonus clip from our Patreon episode. If you want to hear more, again, become a patron at patreon.com/Whoreible Decisions. And this has been yet another episode of Whoreible Decisions.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye.
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 Yeah.
I'm sick of like just, going with the flow with shit. No, this is what I want. This is what I expect. This is, if I'm talking to you, this is what I would hope happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if we're talking, this is what I want it to lead to. And if that's not something you want, then we got to go ahead and cut that shit now.
Relationship goal I have is I meet a lot of people that care about me very deeply, that want me in their lives, and it's amazing. But I don't really know if I'm looking to move in with somebody. I know that sounds nuts. Not soon. I think that's the next thing I want from a relationship. Like, New York is really expensive, and I love my place, but I need a place that I'm going to live the next 3 to 5 years. I've been living in my apartment for about 3, and I'm still very unsure where I'll land next, because I know that next apartment is coming, and I honestly keep renewing my lease because I'm like, but maybe I'll move in with someone. Maybe I'll...
Oh, yeah. My lease is up in April, and I decided I'm going to do a 1-year lease. I'm in the Bronx. I love my apartment. My friends all think I should buy it. But I'm looking to actually buy in Florida. So I'm investing in real estate next year. Then I'm also possibly looking to do an 18-wheeler. So getting into the trucking business as an investment. And then I'm also doing...
Shanti Hoffman does that.
Yeah. She does real estate too, but I think I'm also...
You should connect with her. She's bought a lot of trucks.
Yeah, I'm looking to do, just talking to my accountant, I'm also doing 401k. Taxes is looking disgusting. So the estimate payments that I have to pay for this first quarter, I'm going to be eating air. But just dealing with my finances and getting me in a place where I have residual income coming in through multiple sources is my focus for next year, which is why if you guys know about New York, I don't want to get into paying $30,000 a month for rent.
Yeah. So wait,
in a place that doesn't have the space that I currently have. I live in a 2-bedroom. It's huge.
So you're doing a 1-year lease where? Oh, your place.
I'm staying in my place still in the Bronx for another year. That's cool. And then hopefully once everything is flowing how I need to next year financially, then I can look into maybe spending more.
I've been in the process of buying an apartment in Orlando for probably the last 5 months. Was closing, got outbid.
Wow.
And I'm honestly not in a rush. It's only for my parents. I spend $1,700 on their rent. And that price, it's not that it's not comfortable, but it's almost too high as a secondary rent.
For Orlando, yes, that could be a mortgage for sure for some.
Right,
for another place.
But their house is huge. What they have an elevator building and 3 bedrooms, a dining and living. It's really big. And the elevator's necessary because they're both old. So I'm like, okay, not really. I want to get a little bit lower. I want to put 20 down, right? But it's crazy because I'm like, do I just keep renting their place and then fucking wait until I really love something? Because what it seems like I'm doing is just trying to make that $1,700 mortgage, and I'm rushing myself. And I realized that once I got outbid for this closing.
Oh yeah, see, so you're different. You're looking to move them in. I'm just looking for rental property, and then
Sharif
I'm gonna do a buy flip. So I'm gonna buy 2. Those are gonna be rented, and then the third one is gonna be just a investment, like a quick flip.
My cousin's done
and
that with
buy
7.
flip.
He has 3 right now.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine. He has over 100 properties. He used to be in the league, but he's not anymore. But he's done venture capital and stuff. So I was talking to him, and so I've definitely been reaching out to my friends who are in the market getting advice. He's looking to also go into the Orlando market where I'm going to put my mom as my property manager.
Nice.
And also my business is just based out of Florida, so it makes sense to get a home down there.
That's what I was going to say. And you get a tax break.
Yeah, you don't get a tax break if you get rental. If you're not
rental?
living in the home, you don't get the first home buyer credit.
Oh, I was hoping that they thought I do live in the home.
Oh yeah,
I have a Florida ID I made the other day.
That can get really, really tricky. You have to prove that you live in there to get that home.
I mean, but you only have to live there 120 days out the year. I also looked that up. So that to me, I'll be real, 120 days is long, but it ain't that crazy. I spend a lot of time. I go to Florida every month.
For how long ago?
Huh?
How long ago, really?
I probably spent like 5 days or a week at a time. Like I spent a lot. My family's old, bro. I gotta go. Shit, I told my grandma the other day. What'd she say? She was like, "Damn, you back?" I'm like, "Bitch, you getting old." Shit. 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 Shit.